Hey everybody, guess who? This is Hill Country Charlie, and I'm talking to you today from the town of Fredericksburg, Texas. I'm out on the edge of Fredericksburg at Fort Martin Scott. Fort Martin Scott on the east side of Fredericksburg, Texas. We'll get in there a little bit and I'll tell you a little bit about it. Here's a Texas State Historical marker. It's probably a little difficult for you to read, but basically it says it was established in December of 1848 as protection against Indian attacks. Was in operation until 1852, and then intermittently after that occupied briefly by the Confederate Army during 1861-1865. Hey, well, here's a little interesting tidbit for those of you that are Civil War buffs. One of the commanders, there were several commanders here at Fort Martin Scott, but one of the commanders was Captain James Longstreet. Now, Longstreet, as many of you probably know, went on to become an officer under General Robert E. Lee and the Confederate forces during the Civil War. All right, before you is one of the barracks out here at Fort Martin Scott. It had 3 different rooms. Each room supposedly could house up to 53 men. That's a lot of guys in one of those rooms, but I guess they knew how to deal with it. But anyway, that's one of the 4 barracks that are out here at Fort Martin Scott. Alright, this is kind of the view of the grounds of Fort Martin Scott. Standing on the porch of the barracks. I'm going to continue on my little journey around the grounds. Go see what that building is there. That's an interesting looking building. Just a little interesting fact. In 1847, a German nobleman named John Muesbach negotiated a peace with the Comanche and Lipan Apache Indians in the area, and it held out, and during that period of time here at Fort Martin Scott, the soldiers, or the people here at the fort, never had to battle Indians near or around Fredericksburg. Interesting fact. Oh, just on my walk around the fort here, came across this. Look at this giant, massive live oak tree. I mean, this rascal is huge. He's got I don't know how big of a canopy this thing has, but check out these branches and limbs. I tell you what, this thing's got to be hundreds of years old here. All right, just an interesting live oak tree right here in the middle of Fort Martin Scott. Yeah, this building that I was interested in is the guardhouse. We're going to take a walk inside just so you can kind of check it out. Interesting. There's a cannon in the guardhouse. I'm sure it was here for a reason. There's some mock-up of some rifles. All right. Over here, this is kind of interesting. Evidently, this is probably where the guards hung out, and there's some old wooden dominoes here. All right. But I like this. It's a bit kind of rough living. This is one of the cells. You can see there's not much to it. It's not very big. There are no cots or anything in these. I'm sure there was something here for the people that were in the guardhouse, but I don't know. Be a little claustrophobic, don't you think? Anyway, that's kind of a look inside the guardhouse. So we're gonna make our way back outside. All right, what we have here is a result of an archaeological dig back in 1986 by some people from the University of Texas out at San Antonio. Supposedly, this is a stone foundation of the Fort's bakery oven as well as the laundress's quarters. They also did some digs in some other areas where they found the original foundations of some of the barracks and so forth. Uncovered quite a few artifacts during the dig. Just again, another little interesting tidbit here at Fort Martin Scott. We are now about to enter the officer quarters. Let's check this out real fast. All right, here we are. Okay. Over here, this room, obviously set up where they could eat something. Fireplace, rocking chair, fireplace, washing basin, and the bed. Oh, looky here. Even an ironing board. Yeah, I bet he did his own ironing. Okay, let's go look in the other room. Probably very similar, because obviously there was more than one officer. Yeah, this all looks basically the same over here. All right, officer quarters. All right, finally we have the captain's quarters. So let's see how it differs from the officer quarters. As we go in, gonna go on the rooms to the left here. He's decked out a lot better. Notice his big writing, or his big desk where he could work, quill pen and so forth. That's interesting. Then of course, on the other side of this cabin, you have his sleeping quarters. Obviously the little hutch here with various kind of plates and so forth. Table setting, and finally the fireplace and the captain's bed. All right, well, you can see it is a little bit different from the officer quarters. Okay, all right. Okay, folks, that concludes our visit to Fort Martin Scott here in the town of Fredericksburg, Texas. Get a chance, come on out, take you a little walk around the fort's grounds. If nothing else, it's a little way to spend a little bit of time one afternoon or one morning. Anyway, for now, this is Hill Country Charlie, and I'm signing off.